Welcome back, everybody. Derrick Soo, your 2022 Oakland write-in mayoral candidate. Well, what I want to talk about today is how the homeless are treated. And I started out a little earlier on the previous video talking about some of the issues that the homeless and those that go into programs have to deal with. And so what I'm going to talk about today is the triage of how people should be sorted and how some people should be moved on in a more advanced program on a fast track to housing versus those that choose to want to live very simply and not have to cook or not have to deal with much, and so housing and services have to be provided for those. And so that's where our current system lacks a lot of mobility, we'll call it. And so one of the first things that we should be doing with folks that are coming in off the streets is, number one, getting them into a temporary housing system, or safely housing into a safe housing system. And so we can triage what their actual needs are, because what we need to know is if they're actually prepared and ready to go into living in a multifamily unit like an apartment or condo or single family home, group home. Do they have the necessary skills to become successful? And then also we need to have programs that will assist these folks financially. And that's not to say that we're going to give them money, but we're going to work and walk with them through their financial journey. And then we simply offer advice as to how to become more successful and also take advantage of different programs. And these are mentorships that are very important programs for people to understand the world of finance. And we don't have that right now, and that's why we have so many people failing in life financially. And so we need to establish programs that will help folks understand money and how to use money as an effective tool and not as a source of pleasure. So, and then the next thing that we have to evaluate, can they cook for themselves? Are they safe with a stove, oven, microwave, even a charcoal barbecue? So these are things that our programs should be evaluating and preparing folks to handle in life outside of the shelter and outside of the basic programs and the triage of homelessness. And so once we have the finances, we have them with where we can determine the type of housing that would be best suited for them, for their needs. If they are choosing not to cook and don't want a kitchen, so to speak, but a refrigerator, a microwave, and a coffee pot would not be considered a kitchen, but basic necessities. And so if they're saying that they don't want a place with a kitchen, then we need to have resources available for those type of situations for those folks so that they can receive their meals already prepped to their dietary needs. And so some folks are not very mobile, and so this is the kind of situation where a non-mobile or limited mobility type person would enjoy, because they don't have to do the shopping. The meal is already all prepped, so they don't have to do any prep or anything special. And the meals are made to their dietary requirements. And then the other thing is their finances. What kind of income do they have, and what kind of living situation can we best get them into with their financial situation. And so these are the types of things that our city programs should be doing, but yet they're not. They say that they're providing basic housing from the dangers of the street, which they are. I agree with that. But also what is another problem is that these are run much like prisons. You're told when to do things, you're told when to smoke, when you can't smoke, where and when you can and cannot smoke, where you can and cannot be, curfews and such. So there's a lot of rules with the sheltering system here in Oakland and Alameda County, and that has to be addressed and changed, because this is why we have so many program failures throughout Alameda County and in Oakland. And the ones that don't fail are the ones that have addressed all of these issues. And these are the programs that I work with personally in my path plan. Thanks for joining me today. We'll be right back.